Have you ever woken up after a full night's sleep and still felt tired? Not the "I need 5 more minutes" kind of tired, but the deep, heavy, invisible kind that wraps around your bones, clouds your thoughts, and turns even simple tasks into mountains. The kind where coffee stops working, where naps don't help, where your body is present but your energy is missing. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Millions of people across the world are living with what Dr. Stephen Gundry calls the energy paradox. We eat better than ever. We sleep with apps, gadgets, and routines. We follow productivity hacks, take supplements, drink green juices, and still we drag ourselves through our days wondering silently, why am I always so tired? This book is the answer, but not in the way you expect. Let me introduce you to the man behind the solution. Dr. Stephen R. Gundry wasn't always a best-selling author. He was a world-renowned heart surgeon, leading innovations in cardiac care and performing over 10,000 surgeries in his career. He was at the top of his field. But even while saving lives in the operating room, he began to see a disturbing pattern. Patients weren't just sick. They were chronically inflamed, depleted, and exhausted from the inside out. And the conventional solutions, medications, surgeries, more tests, weren't fixing the root cause. So Dr. Gundry made a bold move. He left behind his prestigious career in heart surgery to dive deep into the science of nutrition, mitochondria, and gut health. What he discovered would not only transform his own life, but spark a global health revolution. He wrote The Plant Paradox, The Longevity Paradox, and now, The Energy Paradox, What to Do When Your Get Up and Go Has Got Up and Gone. This book is not about pushing harder. It's not about productivity. It's about understanding the silent war happening inside your body every day. A war between inflammation and energy, between your gut and your brain, between survival and vitality. It's about discovering that your fatigue is not a flaw. It's a signal. A message. Your body is whispering, "Help me. Heal me. I'm trying." In this audiobook, we won't dive into chapters or heavy science. Instead, we'll walk through a simple human story. A story that could be yours. A story about what really drains your energy and how to finally get it back. No hype. No magic pills. Just truth, biology, and hope. So if you're tired of being tired, if you're ready to feel like you again, then close your eyes, open your heart, and come with me. This is the Energy Paradox. Your journey back to energy starts now. Meet Ria. She's 35, a marketing professional in a fast-moving city. From the outside, her life looks fine. She wakes up at 7, makes her bed, drinks warm lemon water because Instagram said it's healthy. She packs a light lunch, quinoa, salad, something green. Hits the gym 3 times a week. Sleeps 7 to 8 hours on most nights. Doesn't smoke. Barely drinks. She even does yoga sometimes. But still, she's tired. Always tired. Her mornings feel like wading through fog. By 3 p.m., her brain slows down like a buffering video. Her weekends? They're not for fun anymore. They're just for catching up on energy she never seems to fully recover. She's had her blood work done. Everything looks normal. Doctors say she's fine. But she knows she's not. Ria isn't lazy. She isn't unmotivated. She's part of a growing global epidemic, one that has no real name, no headlines, no emergency alerts. It's not COVID. It's not cancer. It's chronic, silent fatigue, the kind that lives in your cells, hides in your gut, and steals your joy without making a sound. And it's spreading fast. We live in a world that runs on caffeine, pushes past burnout, and treats rest like a luxury. Where scrolling is a sport and sleep is optional. Where we measure worth by how much we can power through. But here's the paradox. In an age of more food, more tools, more supplements, more hacks, we're somehow more exhausted than ever before. Even when we do everything right, something still feels wrong. That's not a coincidence. That's a signal. What if fatigue isn't just a symptom, but a warning? A quiet knock from within your body saying, "I'm not broken. I'm just overwhelmed." That's where Dr. Stephen Gundry begins this journey. He doesn't call you lazy. He doesn't blame your schedule. He looks at the root cause, deep inside your biology, where your cells, gut, and immune system are waging a quiet war for survival and losing energy in the process. Think of your body like a city. Your heart is the power grid. Your gut is the central command. Your brain is the mayor. Your mitochondria, the tiny power plants inside every cell, they're the workers keeping the lights on. Now imagine the city is constantly under low-level attack. Pollution, broken communication, stress systems, old wiring, bad deliveries from the food trucks. Eventually, even if no building collapses, the city slows down. Flickering lights, delayed trains, Exhausted workers. It functions but just barely. That's what's happening inside many of us. Our systems are overloaded. Our energy economy is collapsing. But no one's taught us to listen. Here's what the energy paradox teaches us. Fatigue is not a failure of willpower. It's a failure of communication inside your body. Your mitochondria are trying to keep you alive, but they're suffocating. Your gut bacteria are begging for balance, but they're being fed chaos. Your immune system is on red alert, all the time, wasting energy fighting ghosts. And your brain, your beautiful brain, is just trying to cope with the crash. No wonder you can't focus. No wonder you feel off, even when your blood tests say you're fine. But here's the good news. You're not stuck this way. Your body isn't broken. It's brilliant. It's just been trying to protect you the only way it knows how, by slowing down, conserving, surviving. Now it's time to shift from surviving to restoring, to help your gut speak clearly, to help your cells breathe again, to let your immune system rest, to bring rhythm back into your day. This audiobook isn't about giving you more to do. It's about helping you unblock the energy that's already yours. Just like Ria, you may have been doing everything right, but the answers you need are deeper. They're inside your cells, inside your gut, inside your rhythm. And we're going to unlock them, together. So take a deep breath. Let go of the guilt. This isn't your fault. But it is your time to feel like you again. This is where your energy story begins. Most of us think of energy like fuel in a tank. Eat food. Burn calories. Get energy. Simple, right? But what if that equation is broken? What if food isn't giving you energy anymore, but draining it? Let's go back to Ria, our friend from earlier. She thought she was eating healthy, low-fat yogurt, whole-grain cereal, protein bars. But by noon she'd still crash. By evening her body would ache, her mind would fog, and she'd wonder, what's wrong with me? The answer? Inflammation. Not the loud kind that causes fevers or swelling, but the silent kind that simmers below the surface, every single day. Inside your body, you have trillions of mitochondria, tiny engines in every single cell responsible for making the energy you use to move, think, digest, and even sleep. They work like a well-oiled team, turning oxygen and nutrients into usable fuel. But here's the catch. When your body is inflamed, when your immune system is on constant high alert, these engines start to fail. They don't break all at once. They slow down. They panic. They protect themselves by shutting off the lights and going quiet. And you? You start feeling tired, without any visible reason. The truth is, your body thinks it's under attack, even when it's not. From what? From the ultra-processed food we eat. From the artificial chemicals in our environment. From antibiotics that wipe out our gut defenses. From stress that never turns off. From late-night screen time that confuses your body clock. One by one, these small hits add up. And your immune system fights harder, burns more resources, and triggers constant, low-grade inflammation. Which brings us back to the paradox. Your body is using energy just to protect you from the life you're living. Dr. Gundry explains it simply. This isn't your fault. This is biology. Modern life has become a mismatch with the way our bodies are designed to operate. We've pushed beyond our natural limits, and now our systems are overloaded. The good news? You don't need to push harder. You need to clear the invisible enemy. You need to stop fighting your body and start working with it. So if you've ever said, I don't know why I'm tired, now you know. Your cells are exhausted. Your gut is overwhelmed. Your immune system is on defense mode 24/7. But the power to reverse it? It's already inside you. And in the next part of this journey, we'll explore how the gut, your second brain, is the starting point of that recovery. Because healing your energy begins from the inside out. Inside you lives a forest, not of trees or animals, but of trillions of tiny life forms, bacteria, viruses, fungi, working together in a rich, living ecosystem. This is your gut microbiome. And believe it or not, it's one of the biggest reasons you feel energetic or exhausted. We often think energy comes from food. But Dr. Gundry shows us that food is only potential energy, and your gut decides what to do with it. If your gut is healthy, it transforms food into fuel, sends nutrients to your cells, and supports your immune system. But if your gut is inflamed, if the wrong bacteria have taken over, it creates toxins instead of nutrients, and leaks them into your bloodstream. This is called leaky gut, and it's more common than you think. Imagine a garden with holes in the fence. Now imagine wild animals wandering in, eating the plants, trampling the soil, destroying the balance. That's what leaky gut does. When these toxins escape your gut and enter your body, your immune system panics. It attacks. And every time it does, it drains your energy. Not because you're sick, but because your gut has lost its balance. Dr. Gundry explains it like this. Your gut isn't just a digestive system, it's your control center. When it's in harmony, your energy flows. When it's in chaos, you crash. And here's the twist. Even healthy-looking foods like whole grains, soy, or beans can trigger gut trouble if your microbiome is damaged. That's why some people feel bloated after eating salads, or why a protein bar makes you sleepy instead of energized. It's not the food, it's the way your gut is processing that food. But here's the hope. Your gut can heal. Just like any forest, with the right care, the weeds fade, and the good life returns. Start feeding your gut prebiotics, fibers that good bacteria love. Add polyphenol, plant compounds that protect and nourish. Give it rest, through fasting, through stillness, through less chaos. And your energy begins to rise again. Not with a bang, but like a soft light returning to a dark room. Your gut isn't just where digestion happens. It's where your power begins. Let's help it work for you, not against you. It moves around us. But did you know, it also moves within us? Inside your body is a master clock, your circadian rhythm. It tells your cells when to wake up, and when to rest. It tells your gut when to digest, and your brain when to focus or sleep. But when this internal clock goes out of sync, your energy begins to fade, slowly, silently. Remember Ria? She often stayed up late scrolling her phone, replying to last-minute work messages. She'd snack at midnight, eat breakfast on the go, and drink coffee right after waking. These habits might seem small, but to her circadian rhythm, they were chaos. Because your body doesn't just respond to what you eat. It responds to when you eat, when you sleep, when you move. And when those signals become random, the body loses track of time. Dr. Gundry explains it like this. Your mitochondria, the powerhouses of your cells, don't just need fuel. They need a schedule. Without a routine, your cells don't know when to burn energy or when to store it. Your digestive system stays confused. Your brain feels foggy. And your immune system never gets a break. That's why even after 8 hours of sleep, you might wake up tired. Because your clock isn't aligned with the natural world anymore. But here's the beauty: your body remembers. It's designed to follow light, to rest with the dark, to eat with the rising sun and stop when the day winds down. And when you gently return to that rhythm, even without changing your diet, your energy begins to restore itself. Simple shifts like eating within a 10 to 12 hour window, avoiding food 2 to 3 hours before bed, waking up with natural sunlight, keeping a consistent sleep time, and limiting screen time after dark can recalibrate your entire system. Think of it this way. Your body is like a symphony. Each organ plays a part. And the circadian rhythm? That's the conductor. When it's in sync, you feel balanced. When it's broken, the music falls apart. You don't need to race time. You just need to move with it. And that simple shift can give you your energy back. Not all thieves break into your home. Some sneak into your routine. Quietly. Daily. Repeatedly. And they don't steal your money. They steal your energy. Dr. Gundry calls them energy robbers. Habits and substances that look harmless on the outside, but leave your body drained on the inside. Let's meet a few of them. First, processed food. It wears a friendly mask: packaged snacks, energy bars, frozen meals. But beneath the surface, a cocktail of artificial ingredients your body doesn't recognize. Your gut panics. Your immune system flares. Your mitochondria? Overwhelmed. Even foods marketed as healthy can become toxic when they're stripped of nutrients and packed with preservatives. What feels like convenience is costing you long-term energy. Second, artificial sweeteners. 0 calories, 0 sugar. Sounds perfect, right? But inside your gut, fake sugars confuse your bacteria. They feed the wrong microbes. They trigger cravings. And worst of all, they can spike insulin without actual sugar. It's like shouting fire in an empty room. Your body scrambles for no reason. And every scramble costs energy. Third, constant snacking. We've been told to eat every few hours. But in reality, your gut needs rest between meals, just like your brain needs sleep. Every snack, every bite, every sip with calories resets digestion. Your system never gets a break, and your energy slowly leaks away. Dr. Gundry says, eating too often is like running an engine all day without stopping. It burns out faster. Fourth, overuse of medication. Painkillers, antacids, antibiotics. Sometimes they're necessary. But over time, they erode your gut lining, wipe out good bacteria, and create more problems than they solve. It's not about fear, it's about awareness. Every pill has a ripple, and too many ripples disturb the whole ecosystem inside you. Fifth, chronic stress. The quietest robber of all. You don't see it but you feel it. Emails, deadlines, overthinking, news, noise. Each stress signal tells your body, danger. And your systems shift into survival mode. Digestion slows. Healing pauses. Energy gets diverted into staying alert. Living in constant stress is like running from a tiger that never appears. One by one, these energy robbers take their toll. Not in a day, but over months, years. Until tired becomes your new normal. But awareness changes everything. Because once you see the thief, you can lock the door. You don't have to fight harder. You just have to stop letting these habits steal from you. And next, let's talk about the habits that give back. The choices that restore. The blueprint to bring your energy back to life. Now that we've uncovered the energy robbers, it's time to meet the opposite. The simple, daily rhythms that give you back your power. Dr. Gundry doesn't promise miracles. He doesn't tell you to change your entire life overnight. Instead, he offers a blueprint, small, powerful shifts that build a stronger, cleaner, calmer foundation inside your body. Let's walk through a typical day. Not a perfect day, but a healing one. Morning. You wake up naturally, no harsh alarm, no phone in your face. You step into sunlight, stretch gently, and drink warm water. No rushing. No panic. Just breath. Instead of breakfast right away, you give your body time. You wait a couple of hours before your first bite, allowing your gut to finish its nightly cleaning cycle. Maybe you move your body, walk, stretch, a short session of yoga. Not punishment, just motion. And when you eat, it's real food. Good fats, leafy greens, polyphenol-rich oils. Your gut smiles. Your cells start humming. Midday. You eat your lunch slowly. You chew. You breathe. You don't check your phone between bites. The plate is colorful. Your digestion is calm. Your mitochondria are active, but not overloaded. There's no crash at 3 p.m. because your energy is coming from within, not just from caffeine. You go for a short walk after eating, not for steps but for circulation. Your body thanks you. So does your brain. Evening. Dinner is earlier than usual, light and easy. You finish eating 2 to 3 hours before sleep, giving your gut time to rest. As the sun sets, your lights dim too. Your screens go dark. You let your circadian rhythm take over. Maybe you journal. Maybe you sit in silence. But you don't push anymore. You surrender, gently, naturally. And when you sleep, you actually sleep. Healing. Restful. This is not a diet. It's not a productivity hack. It's a return to rhythm. Dr. Gundry's blueprint isn't about control. It's about cooperation. With your gut, with your cells, with nature itself. And the more you follow it, slowly, patiently, the more you notice. Clarity instead of fog. Energy instead of effort. Calm instead of chaos. Because when your body feels safe, it begins to trust you again. And when it trusts you, it gives you back your light. The energy blueprint isn't a set of rules. It's a way home. And in the next part of our journey, we'll look deeper into the foods that nourish this path, the meals that heal, and the plants that protect. Because food isn't just fuel, it's information, and your body is always listening. Somewhere along the way, food stopped being nourishment and became noise. We eat when we're bored. We eat when we're stressed. We eat when we're not even hungry. We've turned meals into distractions, celebrations, even punishments. But rarely do we eat to heal. Dr. Gundry invites us to return to food as it was meant to be, not just calories or comfort, but medicine. Imagine a plate filled with real energy. Thick, golden green olive oil drizzled over steamed broccoli. A handful of walnuts soaked overnight, now rich and soft. Wild-caught salmon, glistening with natural fats. Purple cabbage, crunchy and vibrant, full of polyphenol. A cup of green tea steaming gently, calming the brain and feeding the gut. This isn't a trend. This is nature's original menu. Dr. Gundry focuses on high-energy foods, not based on calories, but on their ability to feed your mitochondria and support your gut. Here are the heroes of this story. Polyphenol, found in berries, dark chocolate, olive oil, green tea. They act like antioxidants but smarter. They protect cells, reduce inflammation, and boost energy at the root. Prebiotic fibers, in leeks, onions, asparagus, artichokes. These are food for your good bacteria, the ones that keep your gut happy and sealed. Good fats, avocados, nuts, seeds, fatty fish. They don't just keep you full, they keep your brain alive and your blood sugar steady. Cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, kale, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. These sweep toxins, repair damage, and support gut lining. And what about the foods we crave? The chips, the soda, the white bread. They might give a quick boost. But behind the curtain, they spike insulin, fuel the wrong bacteria, and leave us emptier than before. It's not about guilt. It's about clarity. Because when you eat for healing, your body remembers. It lights up. Thanks you. Energy doesn't come from more food. It comes from the right food in the right rhythm. You don't need to follow a perfect diet. You don't need to count every bite. You just need to ask a simple question before every meal. Is this feeding my energy or draining it? That one question can change your life. Let food be the quiet medicine, the silent healer, the fuel your cells have been waiting for. Next, we'll explore small but mighty tools, supplements and tiny hacks to protect and support your energy on the deepest level. Because sometimes, even the strongest body needs a little help. Even the best soil sometimes needs a little sunlight. Even the healthiest body occasionally needs support. Dr. Gundry reminds us that restoring energy isn't always about doing more. Sometimes it's about giving the body a few gentle tools to do what it already knows how to do. Let's talk about those tools, simple, science-backed supplements and small hacks that work with your body, not against it. We start with the star. Butyrate, a short-chain fatty acid, produced naturally in your gut, when you feed it the right fiber. But many of us don't make enough. Butyrate supports the gut lining, reduces inflammation, and directly fuels your colon cells. Dr. Gundry even calls it a miracle molecule for tired bodies. Some people take it in supplement form. But you can also boost it naturally by eating prebiotics like onions, leeks, and asparagus. CoQ10, a compound found in every cell. Your mitochondria need it to produce energy. Levels drop as we age or when we're stressed. Supplementing CoQ10 is like giving your cellular engines fresh oil. It smooths the ride, especially for your heart and brain. Magnesium, the quiet fixer. It helps with sleep, muscle recovery, brain calm, and blood sugar. If you wake up stiff or can't wind down at night, chances are you're low. Epsom salt baths, dark leafy greens, or gentle magnesium glycinate can make a difference. Berberine, a plant compound that helps balance insulin, gut bacteria, and inflammation. It's especially helpful if your energy crashes after meals or if blood sugar is unstable. Think of it as a quiet guardian, keeping the inner chaos in check. Now let's talk tiny hacks. Blue light blockers in the evening can protect your circadian rhythm. Time-restricted eating, like finishing meals by 7 p.m., gives your body time to repair. Sipping warm water in the morning signals your gut to wake gently. Early sunlight exposure sets your internal clock for better focus and sleep. Deep breathing before meals switches your nervous system from stress to digestion. These aren't trends. They're tools. Quiet rituals that signal safety and awaken healing. No supplement can replace sleep. No pill can outrun stress. But when used wisely with intention and care, these smart tools can fill the gaps and help you rebuild from the inside out. They're not about fixing you. You're not broken. They're about supporting the masterpiece that your body already is. Little things matter. Little shifts add up. Little tools can open big doors. And as you step into this new energy, let's imagine what it truly feels like. To wake up restored. To move with clarity. To live from power, not pressure. Next, we'll return to Rhea and the turning point in her story. Because healing is not just possible, it's personal. Let's go back to Rhea. Remember her? Tired all the time. Functioning but never fully alive. Living with invisible exhaustion that no doctor could explain. She wasn't lazy. She wasn't broken. She was just disconnected from her body, her rhythm, her energy. But something changed. It didn't happen overnight. It wasn't a big dramatic shift. It was slow, gentle, intentional. One morning she chose to wait before eating. That evening she stopped eating after sunset. She swapped her energy bar for real food. Added olive oil to her meals. Took her first walk in silence. No podcasts, no calls, just her and her breath. She started sleeping with her phone outside the room. Started saying no to late-night emails. Started saying yes to rest. Weeks passed. Her digestion calmed. The fog began to lift. Afternoon crashes faded. And one day, she woke up before her alarm. Not because she had to, because her body was ready. She looked in the mirror, not to check for flaws but because something felt different. Her eyes were brighter. Her thoughts clearer. Her smile real. It wasn't just energy. It was peace. It was presence. That's what this journey is really about. Not just fixing fatigue, but coming home to yourself. To realize your body is always communicating. That tiredness isn't failure. It's feedback. That when you listen to your gut, when you feed your cells what they need, when you align with light, rhythm, nature, you don't have to fight for energy. You simply become a vessel it can move through. Dr. Gundry's message isn't flashy. It's not about quick wins. It's about lasting restoration. You don't need another energy drink. You need to remove what blocks your light. You need to heal what's leaking your power. And when you do, energy returns. Clarity returns. You return. Maybe you're like Ria right now, quietly tired, quietly struggling, looking fine on the outside, but dim on the inside. And maybe this is your turning point. Not a revolution, but a remembering that you were made for energy, built for clarity, designed to heal. And the blueprint is already inside you. This is the new you, not a better version, but the real one, restored, reconnected, and ready. And the journey? It's only just beginning. Thank you for listening, for trusting, for giving your body, your mind, and your soul the chance to recover. This may be the end of this audiobook, but it's the beginning of your new energy story. Thank you.